So, good morning, everyone. So, we are going to start this session first with my introduction. Okay. My name is Shahrukh. I'm having completely 8+ years of experience. Okay. In that, I'm very good at completely data engineering concepts. So, coming to data engineering concepts, okay. Initially, I started my career with teaching SQL. Okay. First, teaching SQL. Okay. Then, okay, Snowflake. Okay. And DBT and also, okay, Python. Okay. Next, some expert in some reporting tools like Power BI. Okay. And Tableau. And also some ETL part like ADF. Okay. But in this course, okay, whatever we are going to discuss right now, it's a completely, it's a Snowflake with the DBT. Okay. In this course, you are going to learn completely Snowflake with DBT. So we are going to cover three concepts, guys. What is that? Not concept, three technologies. SQL, okay, and Snowflake, and also DBT. Okay, I'll explain you what is this SQL, Snowflake, and DBT, everything. Why we particularly choose to teach SQL, Snowflake, and DBT, everything we'll discuss. Before that, I want to know, is there anyone who knows SQL already anyone knows the SQL, or everyone is new for the SQL? You know, or if you don't know, is it okay? Anyway, we are going to start from the scratch, means starting to, we will go to up to end level. Okay, so I just need some confirmation in this. Whoever joined, everyone knows the sequel, or you don't know anything. I mean, like you are new to this.
I am aware of SQL.
Okay, what about others, guys? Okay, maybe some may know and some may not know. Okay, we'll do one thing. We'll just assume that some means at least a few members don't know the SQL, what is data, what is database management system, everything. So we'll first 10 to 15 minutes we will discuss about the basics. Okay, then we will go enter into the Snowflake, DBT, and everything, guys. Okay, so even some people may know the basics. I mean, what is a SQL, what is database, everything. Just we take 10 minutes to just to revise these things, and then we'll enter into the flow. Okay, so here I am going to start my discussion with what is data. Okay, what is data? See guys, in my sessions, I'm not going to give any complex definitions of what is data, what is database management system, what is DBMS, and nothing I'm going to give with a complex. I just want you to explain a very layman words. Okay, so it can be understandable for everyone. So what is data means in simple, we can say that, okay, it's a raw fact. Okay, in simple words, we can say that what? It's a raw facts. Okay, or else you can define in any way, guys. Normally, I'll explain in a collection of, okay, collection of information. Information. See, guys, nowadays we are generating data in different ways. Okay, whatever the transactions we are doing, whatever the actions we are performing. Transactions means if you go to any ATM machine, if you withdraw some money, what is happening? You have done some transaction through ATM machine. Means indirectly what you are doing, you are generating some, what you are generating some data. Means if this is a ATM machine, as a user, okay, as a user, if you go and withdraw some amount, what will happen? You performed some action here. Okay, through this action, what will happen? Data will get generated. Okay, data. Okay, data will get generated. What type of a data it will get generated? Means at what time you have done the transaction, how much amount you have done the transaction, what is the amount left in your account, and what is the mode of transaction, okay, how much you withdraw, all these records will be saved, right? Means whatever the actions we are performing nowadays, through that actions data is getting generated in all the businesses. Similarly, in Flipkart, Amazon, or any platform, if you do some purchases, or if you do phone pay transactions, or if you do any purchase, if you go to any supermarket and if you buy anything, okay, so whatever the items you have taken, that bill will be generated. Means whatever we are doing nowadays, through that actions we are generating the data, guys. Okay, in simple word, for example, and also if there is any organizations, like if there is any university, or if there is any college, or if there is any organization, for example, take some organization. Okay, if there is some organization, in organization normally what we have some employees, right? For example, take some example, some there is some organization, XYZ organization. In that organization there are employees. Now there should be a data related to employees, right? Take for example employee name, okay, and his salary, and his employee number, okay, and he belongs to which department, okay, date of join, when he joined, okay, and also any other information, date of join, and also who is his manager. Like that data will be, we have to keep his data, guys. Just take some example. For example, there is a employee called, for example, there is a employee whose name is, think that, Ravi. Okay, his salary is, okay, 50K. Okay, his employees, okay, 10, okay, 0172. He belongs to sales department. His date of joining something, okay, and his manager name is something, any Raghu or something. Okay, just saying like that. If there is any organization also, if there is some organization, XYZ organization, okay, there will be a data related to their employees and their customers and their sales. Okay, not only employees. This is some example. If there is a XYZ organization, there will be some employees data, and there may be some customers data, and their transaction data, and their purchase data. Like that, if there is any organization, any business, okay, they will maintain some data, guys. Okay, that, so I can simply call what is data means, it's a collection of information. Okay, see, like that employee one, it's a collection of information related to what, employees. Like that there is a multiple employees may be available in the organization. Okay, in data means you can assume it's a some information or collection of information, whatever it might be. Okay, now what is, so guys, every organization is generating this data, right? Now for example, if you, there is a one bank, you have done some transaction. If there is a issue with the transaction, what you will do generally, what you will do, you will contact to your bank, right? When you contact to your bank, what they will do, what they will do, okay, they will collect, I mean they will go to your transaction histories and they will check, right? If they want to go to, if they go to your transaction histories, it's nothing but what, they stored your information, whatever the transactions you have done. So whatever the data is generated, we need to store it somewhere. Okay, the place where we store the data is called what, database. Okay, database means what, in simple in simple we can call it as what, in simple, it's a, I mean, in simple words, what we can define, where we store the data. Okay, see guys, every business is generating the data. Whatever the data is generated, that we need to store it somewhere. Okay, for example, we need to store it somewhere. All the data they are storing somewhere, that is called database. Similarly, I told, right, there is a XYZ organization, think that this is a customer data, okay, employees data, transaction data, sales data, every data they has to store. Okay, the place where we store the data is called database. Okay, so if anyone asks you what is the database means, it's a, where we store the data, it's a place where we store the data. Okay, okay guys, now let's, what is DBMS? Anyone knows what is DBMS? DBMS, it's just a 10 minutes, guys. Even if you don't know also, is it okay, just make it revise. We'll enter into the main topics. Okay, it's just from basics. Anyone knows what is DBMS?
Yes.
Database management system.
Database.
Yeah, it is a the full form of DBMS is database management system. But what is the use of this DBMS? What is exactly DBMS? See, database is what where we store the data. Then what is the difference between this DBMS? Why this word came?
Where you can manage the data. I mean,
Exactly, exactly. See, this is a database, guys. This is a database. But in this database thing that we are storing the data, okay? You are the user. You are the user. But as a user, whenever you want to retrieve the data, for example, you are the user, you want some information related to these employees. Okay. You want to retrieve the data, means you want to fetch the data whenever you want. I told you, right? If there is any transaction, if there is a issue with that transaction, you will go to visit the bank. Then what they will do, they will fetch, I mean they will take the data from your database. Okay, means if you want to retrieve the data, if you want to insert the data, guys, every day there will be a business. Every day there will be a business, means some new data will came, some old data has to get deleted, and if there is some old data, it has to get updated. If you want to delete the data, if you want to update the data, or if you want to uh, means insert the new data, all this management. And also the main management is what? You are the authenticated person, means you know, right? You have some Instagram, your Instagram account can any others can access? No, right? Why? Because they will maintain some authentication. As a account owner, you can do any operations on top, I mean you can do anything. Similarly, to maintain the security, to maintain the authentication, means you are the owner of this database. Instead of you, no one can access this data, means it to maintain the security. In fact, in simple words, this database has to be managed. What type of a managements? Like security, new data updation, insertion, and also any old data get updated, means all this management has to be done on databases. To do this management, we need some software. That software we call it as a database management system. In simple words, database management system is nothing but it is a software available in the databases. Why it is available? To manage the databases. What type of a managements? Like authentication, access control, like a new data insertion, updation, or creating the new data. All management activities will be managed. So in simple words, if I want to explain, data DBMS is nothing but a software. It's a it's a software available. Okay, available in DBs. Okay, DB means databases. Why? To manage the DB. What type of a management? I'm just give few examples like authentication, security. Okay, security. And also if you want to insert, okay, if you want to fetch means if you want to take the data, or if you want to take the data, or if you want to insert, all the things, insert or update, whatever you want to do inside the database, you can do by these softwares, guys. Okay, now we'll come to, now if I tell you some examples, guys. Okay, okay, fine. There are so many softwares. See, if there is any vehicle, if you want to purchase some car, guys, in a market, there will be lot of options will be available, right? Okay, there may be some Hyundai, Tata, MG. Like if you want to purchase a car in market, you have so many cars. Similarly, databases. There are different type of databases that we will discuss later. If there is a DBMS, what are all the different type of a DBMS is available? I mean, there is a one more word, guys. There is a one more word you need to understand. RDBMS. Okay, RDBMS. Okay, what is the difference between this DBMS and RDBMS? What is the difference between DBMS and this RDBMS?
In DBMS, data will be stored in different forms, but in RDBMS, it will be stored in a tabular form.
Exactly, exactly. See, what is the main concept of RDBMS? See, DBMS, the full form of DBMS, Database Management System. Here, one more letter is added. What is RDBMS? The full form of RDBMS is relational database management system. Okay, relational database management system. Now I'll tell you in a very with some simple example. Okay, for example, there is a one database. Okay, there is one database. In this database, okay, I think that two tables is available. Two tables. Okay, this is in one table. There is a okay, there is a information related to customers. Okay, in another table there is a information related to transactions, or else in simple words you can say it as a sales. Now I have one question, guys. Now I have one question. What is that question means? There is a business owner. He's asking, he wants some report. What is the report? He want customer wise, customer wise sales. He wants some customer wise sales. Means, for example, there is a Raju. Okay, Raju, what is a sales through Raju? Maybe 150K sales. Something I'm saying. Like that, he wants some report. And there is a something called if there is a something Nitin. Okay, what is a sales of Nitin? Means like 120K. Like that, he need some data information. Means he needs some report. Now, can you see if you observe here clearly, customer details is available in one table. Sales details is available in other table. How he can make this report? Means if so, to answer this question, whatever the data they will store in the databases, they will create some relationship between these two tables. Okay, these two tables. By creating this relationship between these two tables, if you go inside, I mean, if it's already the people who know the SQL, they know there is a primary key, foreign key relationships are there. Table to table, in between the table, they will create some relationships. Through these relationships, they can answer this type of a question. So what is the conclusion is, in RDBMS databases, means databases, there is a different type of a databases. One type is RDBMS databases. In these RDBMS databases, whatever the data we store, means whatever the tables we store, different tables, in between this table, they will create some relationships. By using these relationships, we can answer. Okay, we can answer this type of a questions. Okay, now most of the databases, okay, RDBMS, there is a some another to control the unstructured data. Means unstructured data, there will be NoSQL databases also there, that we will discuss it later. Okay, this is what we use regularly. Okay, RDBMS. Now we'll go to another topic, guys. Up to now, is there any doubt? It's a basic only, but I'm just asking you. Everyone knows, means it's good and well. Just any doubts? Okay. Okay. So there are a very different type of a databases is available, guys. Mainly, I want to explain you, there is a two type of a databases. Two type of databases. Okay. So what are those two type of a databases? Means OLTP databases. The first one we have to discuss, which are related to our courses. There is a OLTP databases, and then second one is OLAP databases. Okay. Now we'll try to understand what is this OLTP, OLAP. So guys, by end of this session, we have to understand all these terminologies. What is OLTP, OLAP, what is ETL, what is a data warehouse. Okay, everything we'll understand. See, there is a two type of a databases I told, right? Okay, OLTP, OLAP. The full form of OLTP is online transaction. Okay, transaction. Okay, processing. And the second one, OLAP. The OLAP is, okay, the OLAP is online analytical processing. Okay, online analytical processing. We'll discuss what is this. For example, let me draw something here, guys. Let me take some pens and explain you. Okay, just give me 1 second. For example, let me open, or else. Okay, here only we'll try to understand. Okay. Okay. There is a, take some example of a bank, guys. Okay. Assume that there is a some bank. By this diagram, within 5 minutes, we'll understand complete picture. Okay. If there is a some bank. Okay. This bank is having lot many transactions, right? Okay. For this bank, there are many customers will be there. Okay. Customers, different, just customers. Okay. See, all these customers every day they will do some transactions, right? Is it clear or not? If you go to any bank, okay, whatever the transactions done by the customer, to store those transaction data, they will maintain some database. Okay. Assume that there are some databases. Okay. Database 1, database 2, okay, database 3. Okay. Different databases they are maintaining. Okay. Whatever the transactions they will do, directly the data will go to these databases normally. Okay. Different databases it will go as per their availability and okay, whatever the databases. Okay. Let's see guys, this type of a databases. Okay. This type means whatever the customers doing transaction, the transactions are, stored in some databases. This type of a transactions, databases normally we call OLTP databases. Okay, OLTP. I'll explain you only two words for the OLTP guys, not going too much complicated. The main purpose of this OLTP databases is, okay, day-to-day transaction. Okay, day-to-day transaction purpose. Okay, day-to-day transaction purpose means what? Directly, for example, today I have done some transaction, it will go to database. If I do another transaction, it will go to another database. Same database means today, whatever the transaction I will do, it directly go to some databases. The main purpose of this databases is whatever the day-to-day transactions is done by the customer, they will enter into these databases. Okay. Now, okay, now what normally organizations will do, not what organizations will do, they won't keep this data in this OLTP databases. Okay, they will move this data to some another database. Okay, another database. What is this another database? Just see. Okay, here, normally organizations will not maintain the data permanently, guys. Please listen to my words clearly. Organization won't maintain the data here permanently. The main purpose of this databases is to collect the information day to day, and their capacity also not much more. For example, this database is having a data from last 2 months. After 2 months, its capacity is over. Okay, now whatever the new data is coming into these databases, it is not able to handle. Similarly, all the databases, the same scenario. In that situation, normally what we'll do, whatever the data is available in these OLTP databases it has to be moved to some other database. It is also a database, guys. Database means is simply where we store the data. It will be moved to some another database. What is that another database? Normally, we call it as a data warehouse, guys. Normally, we call it as what? Data warehouse. Okay. What is that? Data warehouse. Okay. Data warehouse. Okay, data warehouse. I'll explain you. See, for example, it is a 1 TB, 2 TB means it will be hundreds. For example, it is 1 TB. It will be hundreds of TB, 2 TB. I want to explain you. It is a very small databases, not very small. It is a small compared to data warehouse. The main purpose of this OLTP databases is to run the day-to-day transactions. Okay, here we store the data temporarily. Here data will not maintain in a long term. Here data will be maintained temporarily. Okay, temporarily. But once finally we move this data to some data warehouses. Here huge volume of data will be maintained, guys. Huge volume of data. Okay, all the 5 years of data, 10 years of data. Okay, all the huge volume of data will be maintained. Why we have to maintain? Now we'll understand what is a OLTP purpose, day-to-day transactions. What is the purpose of this way data warehouse? Data warehouse purpose means, okay, this is OLAP. The main purpose of OLAP databases is here we can store the data permanently. Okay, permanently. Okay, some keyboard issue. Here we store the data permanently, and the main purpose of this databases is for analytical purpose. I'll explain you. You have to focus on this word. What is this analytical? Okay. The main purpose of this databases means this data warehouse is analytical purpose. Okay. So what is this analytical means? For example, guys, if you have a very small business, for example, you are maintaining some very small business like some travels, you are maintaining some travel business. Okay. Travel business. Okay. So without analyzing what is happening in your business, okay, without analyzing, for example, you have a travel business, guys, travel business or something. Okay. For example, you have a 10 vehicles, different vehicles. Okay. Small vehicles, very big vehicles, according to your customer requirement, you may send very big vehicles or small vehicles as per their transportation purpose. Okay. Now, without analyzing what is happening in your business, will you able to take it into next step, or at least will you maintain that business? What type of analytics? What type of analytics means, for example, what is the maintenance of the vehicle, monthly maintenance, and how much profit you are getting from that vehicle, and also how much I mean for this okay, for 500 kilometers of travel, how much you have to charge from the customer. Okay. And the customer wise, how much you got profit. Okay, profit. This type of some KPIs, guys, I mean, this type of things you need to analyze, right? If you analyze this only, you will understand your business is getting profit or if your business is going to loss, right? So even there is a small travel business with the 10 vehicles, you need to analyze so many things to take your business into next step or to maintain at least. Similarly, what about the very big retail companies or bank transactions or some insurance companies? Okay, it's a very huge volume of data. Very lakhs of members of users will be there, customers will be there, employees will be there. Okay, they will all their data will be stored in data warehouses. Okay, now what organizations will do, they will take the data from their data warehouse and they will build some report. For example, guys, there is some sales. Okay, within 5 minutes, I'm going to conclude this, guys. Just 5 minutes. For example, there is some supermarket or some retail business, or there is some store. Okay, there is some store. Okay, now they want to analyze some key points. What is those key points? For example, they want to know what is their monthly sales and what are their region-wise sales. Think that there is a very big there is a in India there will be a very big store. They are having sales from different region in Andhra Pradesh, in Telangana, Bangalore, like that. In different region they have their stores. They want region-wise sales. They want to know what is the top selling products, and they want to know okay, top profitable products. Profitable, okay, profitable products. Like that, there may be thousands of requirements they may have, guys. Okay, to overcome this, okay, to answer these questions, normally what they will do, they will make some reports. Okay, they will make some reports. Think that this is one report. Okay, okay, just take some, this is okay, one second. Okay, this is one report. Just give me. Okay, this is January sales. This is Feb. This is March sales. Okay, just okay. This is what sales, and this is months. Okay, now okay. See, guys, in Jan, assume that there is a 150K or something, whatever it may be. Okay, in Feb, there is around 250. Okay, 250K, and in March, there is how much? Assume that 200K. Okay, see, without, if they see the data, we can't able to understand, guys. If they see this data, okay, by okay, there is a data is available. If you see this data, can you predict or interpret about what is happening? No. Okay. This data has to be shown in this type of a visual report. Okay. See, there is a monthly sales. They answered, right? Okay. If they anyone ask you what is your monthly sales, they will submit this report, this type of a visual report. Now they will understand from Jan to Feb, sales got increased. From Feb to March, sales got decreased. Why sales got decreased? What is the reason? Okay, like that. If they want region wise sales, if they want top selling products, I mean top selling regions, like that, they will develop some visual reports and they will submit to the business user. By seeing this type of a visual reports, that business users will understand what is happening in their business and they will take a proper steps. What is the proper steps means? Feb to March sales got decreased. What is the reasons that sales got decreased? And they will try to what they will try to take some action in order to increase their sales again. Okay. Now come we'll conclude this all the this picture, guys. Okay. Here OLTP is a databases. This is mainly to maintain the day-to-day transaction. If I tell you what are all the some example databases available as a part of OLTP means, you have heard, right? There is a Oracle, okay, Oracle and DB2. Have you heard about DB2? It is also a database, and Microsoft SQL Server or the Postgre, okay, Postgre, and also if I explain you so many things, guys. Oracle, DB2, Postgre, MySQL. Okay, MySQL. These are all the examples for the OLTP databases. Okay. Now coming to OLAP databases. OLAP databases. See, guys, I'll explain you in next session. There is a in previously they are using on-premises. Now almost every databases they are using cloud-based. Okay. There is a Snowflake. Okay. Snowflake. Snowflake is also a database. Okay. Have you heard about the Teradata? Have you heard about the Teradata? Teradata, Netija, okay. If you go to in AWS also AWS, okay. AWS is also a cloud platform. They are providing a Redshift, okay. Redshift. If you go to Azure, there is a Azure Synopsys, okay. Or else, I mean, there is a BigQuery, different that I will explain you guys, okay. And if you want to develop this type of visual reports, guys, if you want to develop this type of visual reports, there will be okay, there will be a reporting tools like okay, before that let me explain you guys. Here you have a data. If you want to show this data in the form of visual report, what you want? Okay, what you want? If you want to show this data in this type of a visual report, what you want? You need some tools, guys. Okay, you need some tools. What are all those tools? What are all those tools means? You need some tool. The tools we call it as a BI tools. Okay, BI tools. Okay, what are all the different type of a BI tools available in the market? Have you heard about the Power BI? And the second one you may heard about, I mean, Tableau. There is a ClickView. Different tools is available. Okay, I'm just giving some examples. Okay. From your, I'm asking, is there any routes till now? I'm just explaining some flow. Data will be available initially in OLTP databases, and then this data will be moved to OLAP databases. And whatever the data is available in the OLTP databases, that has to be analyzed. Main, this is for analytical purpose. Okay, what type of analysis they will do? They will do this type of analysis. Okay, they will do this type of analysis in reporting forms. Okay, they will take the data from the data warehouses and they will develop some visual reports like this. To make this type of a visual reports, they need some BI tools. What are all the different type of BI tools available in the market means? Power BI, Tableau, okay, different. Okay, what are all the different OLTP databases available in the market means like Oracle, DB2, Postgre, MySQL, like that different OLTPs available. OLAP databases means the Snowflake, Teradata, Redshift, Azure Synopsys. If you go to Google, there is a BigQuery, like that different tools is available, guys. Okay. And the last one, guys, and the last one I need to explain you, there is a concept called ETL, guys. There is a concept called what? ETL. What is this ETL is? The full form of ETL means, okay, extract. Okay. Second one is T stands for transformation, transform, in simple words, transform. And the third one is load. And the third one is load. See, why this ETL will use means, see guys, ETL, the full form of if you extract, transform, load. Now I just said data will be moved from OLTP databases to OLAP databases, right? Data is moved from OLTP database to OLAP database. Who will move means how we can move this, how we can achieve this goal is by using some ETL tools, guys. I told here, if you want to develop some visual reports, you need BI tools. Means you have to take the data from the data warehouses. And if you want to develop this type of a visual reports, you need BI tools. Similarly, if you have a data in OLTP databases, that OLTP data has to move to OLAP databases. In simple words, guys, if you want to move the data from one place to another place, to make this action very, normally we use ETL tools. E stands for extract. It will extract the data. If there is any necessary, they will do some transformations. And once they will do the transformation, the data get loaded into warehouses. In simple words, normally this is a source, guys. Source. Source means where the data source. This is what? Where it is. This is a source. Okay. This is a target. Okay. Target. Okay, if you want to move the data from source to target, we use some ETL tools. What these ETL tools will do, it will extract the data and it will transform the data and it will move to target. Okay, what are all the different type of ETL tools available in the market means, like have you heard about the Informatica, okay? And the second, I mean, I'm just giving some random name. This ADF means Azure Data Factory is also a ETL tool from the Azure, means Microsoft. And if you go to AWS, right, means Amazon services, there is a Glue, okay? Like different ETL tools available, guys, okay? Is it clear up to now how the flow will be? Any doubts from anyone? Or if you know already, is it okay? Now we'll conclude, okay? We have 10 minutes. We'll conclude what as a part of this course, what we are going to learn and what is the use of this Snowflake, Oracle and DBT, everything. Guys, is there any doubts?
Yes, sir, I have one doubt. Okay, so we are going to use DBT here as ETL tool.
Yes. It is not a complete ETL tool. ETL tool, what it will do, see here, it will extract the data. See, ETL tools, what is the role of this normally ETL tools here? It will extract the data and it will load the data. Okay, but DBT is not it's not a ETL, complete ETL. It's just a transformation tool. It's just a transformation tool. I mean, I just explain you when I'll explain you the DBT. Means it is just used to transform the data. Now you may have one question. What is this transformation? Why we have to do the transformation? Means, guys, data will be in different format. Okay, see here data will be in a very random, okay, random format. But when you are placing in a data warehouses, it has to be in proper format to develop reports and dashboard. Okay, so you will do the transformations. Okay, for your understanding purpose, I will tell you only one example. For example, in your OLTP system, okay, data is like that. Okay, first name, okay, middle name, second, okay, second column is middle name and lastly last name. Okay, it is, I mean, like this data is available, but when you want to load the data in your target means data warehouse, okay, what you have, okay, you want only single column, just you will create one name, okay, just column called name. Okay, for example, there is some three names is combined here. For example, my name is Sheikh. Okay, and there will be Muhammad something, and there will be Shahrukh. Instead of maintaining this data in three different columns, first name, last name, middle name, okay, in target system, what I will do, I will make this, okay, Sheikh, Muhammad, Shahrukh. In simple format, I will write, guys. A simple format means I will make this in a single column. Means here data is available. It is in a source. This is my target. But when I move this data from source to target, I have done some transaction now. What is the transaction? I combined these three columns as a single column. Understood? This is called transactions. Like that, as per our requirement in the projects, in real-time projects, we do many transactions. Okay? This DBT not to extract or not to load, only for the transformation purpose. Okay? We will connect this DBT to the Snowflake. Okay? And whatever the transformation logics we want to write, we will write in the DBT, and the data again stored in the Snowflake itself. That I will explain you. I mean, this is some normal ideal flow, guys. Data available, data will come to OLTP, and the main purpose of OLTP is for the day-to-day transactions. And here we won't maintain the data permanently. This data will be moved to data warehouses. If you want to move the data from this OLTP, nothing but source to OLAP, nothing but a target, you need some tools. Okay, what are all those tools? ETL tools. What are all the different type of ETL tools available in the market? Like Informatica, ADF, Glue, like different tools is available. Once data is available in the target, I mean like data warehouses, the main purpose of this data warehouses is for analytical purpose. Would we do many analysis? Why? Because all the data, all the historical data will be permanently stored here. Okay, so here by using some reporting tools, we fetch the data and we create some visual reports. This is normal flow. Is it clear, Ravi?
Sir, if this is not ETL tool, then there are ETL tools like Informatica ADF, which have the capabilities to do all the three things: extract, transform, and load. So why specifically we are choosing this DBT?
Actually, so nowadays normally we have to go with some trend now. Okay. See, if you go to ADF, Glue or Informatica, it will be some paid versions or something will be available. Okay. Here we are not moving the data as per our, see, we are not, let me give one last flow. Let me write and explain you. 1 minute. I understood your question. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. For example, oh shit. No issues. Okay, fine. Okay. There is, for example, we are going to learn about the SQL. Okay, as a part of this course, SQL, and then Snowflake, and then um, okay, and then DBT. Okay, you are saying now just assume that data is as a part of okay, as a part of data warehousing, data is available in the Snowflake. Okay, in this Snowflake there are so many requirements will be available to do some transaction. See, in Snowflake itself we can do, you're saying, okay, in Snowflake data is available, guys. If you go to a real-time project, right, they will maintain some different layers. First, they will, as it is raw data, they will store it, they will load, and in another layer, they will do some transaction. In another layer, what they will do, they will keep the production layer. Means they will maintain some good data to develop reports and dashboards. Okay. See here, DBT will come. For example, here. For example, DBT. Okay, what this DBT will do here, okay, it will take the data. Data is available in the where in Snowflake itself. It will take the data and it will perform some transformations, and again it will load it. Again it will store in the same Snowflake itself. Okay, and it's a cost also different, guys. It's some open source. If you go and check, DBT will be very open source. And also one more thing, main one more thing, all the operations we can do within the Snowflake, guys. Here only we can use the virtual warehouses. These terms you may don't know. Here we just to do the transformations. Here we need only for the transformation, not extracting. Already data is extracted from the different sources. Already where data is extracted from the different sources and it is loaded into the Snowflake. When our work will start, we need to do some transformations, which is data already available in the Snowflake. Only for transformations, what we can do, what we can use, DBT. Let me clear you. Already
Uh,
data is loaded from the different sources. Okay. And the raw data will be available. This raw data has to, on top of this raw data, we need to perform some transformations. Okay. So data already available in the Snowflake and data has to store within the Snowflake. What we have to do here, only transformation. For the transformation, we need DBT. And also there are so many projects going in this combination. Okay, that's why we use DBT here.
okay, you said DBT is open source. So if we get any serious issues with this tool in the project, for example, then
There
we
will
will
be
not be
some.
having support, right?
No, there will be a very good support community will be available. Okay, so mostly
Okay.
in this we write some macros and there will be a concept of macros and also models. We write some models. We use that reusable. We can do means for example, you want to do some transformation here. For the transformation, you created one model. The same type of a transformation, if you want to do, again, you are not going to create again and again. Again, you no need to write that code. Already model is developed. In that model, you will run. Okay, there will be lot of support will be available. Okay, uh, and one more question here, we can't able to do the transformation within Snowflake means we can do by writing some logics, we can do all the transformations within the Snowflake. But compared to the code complexity, okay, here you need to write too much of a procedure. Instead of writing a very huge procedure, okay, here by using DBT, the work will get simplified. That is a main use.
Hello.
And also
Uh,
cost
so in,
effective also, guys.
so in DBT, which type of like languages we are using? Like in
SQL.
SQL only. Okay.
Here, the main advantage is, guys, that what I want to conclude. Okay, if you have a good knowledge of SQL, right? In Snowflake also we use DBT. I mean SQL only.
SQL only.
In
Yeah.
DBT also we use SQL only. This is a main added advantage. If you are good at SQL, then you may easily understand the Snowflake. You may easily understand the DBT. Okay. For example, SQL. If you okay. For example, there is a one table. Okay, there is a one table. To fetch this data from this table, think that I will write some command. Select star from, assume that this is a EMP table. If you have a data in Snowflake also, the same code. Okay, to perform whatever the operations we want to do in DBT, SQL only. If you are good at SQL, then it will be very simple.
So can I just conclude one thing here, yeah?
Hmm.
Like I can also like transform the data within Snowflake, but there I need to like write multiple store procedure.
Hmm.
DBT is like kind of another scenario where it is like saving our time, not need to write like long store procedure. So
Exactly.
okay,
And let me give you, see, this is a first class, right? If I tell you multiple technical words, you may get confused. That is the reason I'm not going. If you go use the DBT, you can also see the dependencies. Means you have, by combining multiple tables, maybe you have created one table. And by using this transformer table, you have created another table. You can see the dependency also in a tree format. Tree format. Tree format means which table is coming from which source, and see what type of a transformations is done. Okay, you may see the dependencies. You may have a clear picture. Okay, to be frankly, if I explain you, Okay, there is a, if you want to schedule also in Snowflake, there is a concept called task. Okay, task and streams and task, there are different type of a concept is available. But instead of using this type of a task, normally people will use like control M to schedule the jobs. If you know already what is the jobs and everything, you will understand why they will use a third party. I mean, and any other tool means already some future is available, but they won't use that future. They will go to any other third tool means to make the thing simple, guys. I mean, complications will be very easy. To not to make much complicate, they will use. See, as a part of this course, guys, what we are offering, we will teach you the SQL. If you know the SQL, that is well and good. Okay, we'll have a two type of a session, SQL and Snowflake. You may directly enter into the Snowflake. Once we complete the Snowflake, I will explain you how to connect this DBT with Snowflake and how to create the models, macros, writing some ML code, everything we will explain. And in end of this course, we are going to explain two end-to-end projects. End-to-end projects. By if you see this end-to-end project flow, right, you will understand what is exactly happening. Okay. Ravi, if you tell me to be frankly, in 2023, in 24 middle also, 22, 23, I'm teaching this Snowflake from the 2021 onwards. Okay. Before that, there is a Power BI classes, the SQL, and also many I have, I mean, I have teaching. uh, no one is asking the Snowflake. For example, if there is a 10 interview calls you got, okay, out of this 10, if okay, no one is asking about the DBT previously in when there is a 2023 like that. But when it comes to 24, out of 10, 5 companies are asking, do you have a combination of Snowflake with the DBT like that? Now in 2025, most of the project, if you know Snowflake with the DBT, it will be added advantage. If you know only SQL means they don't have a much project where they want only Snowflake resource. They need a resource. They need some employee who knows the Snowflake with the DBT. Like that, so many projects are updating. That's the reason we just frame this Snowflake with the DBT. To be frankly, this DBT is a very less concepts, guys. It's a 10 to 15 classes is much more enough to understand the complete flow. Okay. And in Snowflake, we have a concepts around 25 to 27 concepts that we have. Let me show you what are the concepts that we are going to cover as a part of this. Uh, okay. Where is this? Hope it's already known here. Oh, it's showing. Let me erase this. Okay. So once this Snowflake comes, right? See, these are all the, if you know basics of data types, this is all about the PLS, I mean, SQL guys, okay? And this is the Snowflake. What is the Snowflake and what is this additions and databases schema, how to load the data from different sources, loading different types of a data like CSV data, structured data, unstructured data. I will explain you what is Snowpipe, tables, everything. Then we will come to the DBT concept. And finally, we are going to explain you end-to-end projects. In this end-to-end project, you should have a knowledge of SQL, Snowflake, and DBT. I have only one, I mean, it's just a 1 hour, right? That's the reason I'm unable to show, I mean, very completely. If you have any doubts, you can ask me that we will discuss. If you know already anything or what we are going to discuss, how much time it will take and everything. Whatever you have a doubts, you can ask.
I'm like interested for the Snowflake course. How many like hours this whole course for
See,
Snowflake?
compared to this SQL and DBT, Snowflake is having a multiple concepts, some
Mhm.
multiple concept. See, you have to understand around it will take, I mean, to be frankly, if I take a daily 1.5 hour session also, if I take, I mean, to complete this, it will take 20 to 20, at least 25 days, to be frankly. This is only the some huge concept. Why? Because you may don't know what type of questions you may get from the interviewers. Okay, most of the people here for the to upgrade themselves and to join the new
Yeah,
technology.
actually, yeah, in my actually project, actually, we are using Snowflake now, so that's why I'm looking for this. We
Yes,
have,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
You can see these topics. I mean, I don't know, management has
yeah, yeah,
shared this concept or not. We'll share it again. So it
sure.
will take around 20 to 25 sessions, 25 sessions at least, to be frank. In my, I have completed around 15 to 20 batches. Okay, 15 to 20, I mean, not exactly 18 to 19 batches. Huh. 19 batch
So
running.
I can enroll like on the like specific only Snowflake course only, right? Like I don't want to like take a sequel one. There's a Snowflake with DBT like that.
Yeah, see, I have to go with respect to everyone, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's the reason we designed. If you want to attend the Snowflake and if you want to get update, that's you can do. That is, you can talk with the
Okay.
management and you can do. That is not at all
Sure.
problem.
Thank you.
That will be, see, if you, I'm also not going to support you to just to go with the select star from EMP, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that will be, you will get some bored. So you can start some interesting concept. If you know already those things, you can start. But if you see, it is very important, guys. You can't able to understand Snowflake. You can't able to understand Snowflake if you don't know the SQL.
Yeah.
If you don't know the SQL, you can't. Why? Because we are going to write the code, whatever the code we are going to write, whatever the queries in Snowflake, all are SQL queries. If you know the SQL, you can play with the Snowflake. If you don't know directly, you are trying to enter into the Snowflake. If you don't know SQL means, it will time waste for you. Okay. Okay. So as per your project requirement, you can discuss and whatever you want. I mean, you can go with the Snowflake. This is what my recommendation also.
Thank you.
Okay. Any?
Sir, are you going to,
Uh,
sorry, sir.
yeah, please.
So, are you going to cover ETL concepts as well as part of this course, like slowly changing dimensions, those
Exactly,
watermark?
exactly, exactly. See, here I'm going to explain you. See, let me clear you one thing. To be frankly, this is the course is mainly for the people who don't know anything from scratch to up to the top level. Here, not only some ETL concepts means we can say this is not a ETL concept, data warehouse concepts. Those are means SCD1, SCD2, and loading continuous data loading. Okay, what is a dimension tables? What is a fact table? Let me write some SCD types and how to automate this. Okay, how to automate this. And also there is a concept called what is a dimension tables. Okay, and fact tables, how to create a relationships them. Okay, there is a some as a here I think I have written also. um Okay, I'm going to explain you definitely. It is compulsory, right? You need to, as a, see, you are working on data warehouse. I mean, in Snowflake, as a part of data warehouse, you are working. Okay, if you go here, mostly the data will be some dimension tables, fact tables are available. Okay, first of all, you should know the what is dimension tables, fact tables, and ACD types. I'm going to explain. It is 100% sure.
Okay, okay.
See, ETLs are different. ETL, complete ETL tool is different. Like ADF, they will write some automations and they will create some pipelines. That is different. Okay. See, let me clear you. Data available in different sources. Our work starts already. Data is, assume that data is loaded from some ETL team. From some ETL team, data is already loaded into the Snowflake. Already loaded into the Snowflake. Our work starts from the Snowflake onwards. In Snowflake, how, I mean, once data is loaded into the Snowflake, and we whatever the transformations we do with the help of DBT. Okay, for this, first we learn the Snowflake. After learning this Snowflake, uh, and I mean, we connect this Snowflake to the DBT, and I will show you how to do these transformations. This is a flow. See, if you go to project also, right? You are not only the one who do all the operations. Okay, there will be some ETL team will be available to develop some reports and dashboards. Some reporting tool will be available. They will use Power BI, Tableau. As a Snowflake developer, you do some work in the Snowflake. Complete work you are not going to do. But what I will teach, see, I'm teaching Snowflake means, I mean, I'll show you what is the ETLs and all everything. I will show. At least you should have a knowledge. Okay, you are not going to work, but at least what is ETL? What are all the ETL tools? How the data will come? That flow I will show you.
So the source data format, is it going to be tabular format or JSON format as
See,
well?
in Snowflake, it will support two types of data, structured data and unstructured data. One is what? Structured and unstructured. Okay, structure means structured data. Structured data, semi-structured data. Sorry, semi-structured data. See, structured means nothing but tabular format data. The data is in the form of table. Semi-structured is also a combination of structured and unstructured. See, coming to table, you have what? CSV data, CSV. Okay, some people TSV also. Tab separated. Uh, okay, tab separated uh, values
Values.
values, okay, like that. And Snowflake also supports semi-structured data like JSON, okay, JSON, XML, Abro, Parquet, ORC. Okay, I'll explain you about the structured, whatever the features are supported by the Snowflake, that I will completely explain. Okay, there will be a concept called as JSON data, means semi-structured data that I need to convert into a tabular format. That also we'll teach. To be
Okay,
frankly,
sounds
I'm
good.
explaining whatever the things you needed to work in the project, everything we are going to cover, guys. You can, I mean, I'm going to give some syllabus also, some you can cross check. Okay, we'll use some track sheet also. Day one, what we are going to do, day two, day three, what the things that everything will explain. Think here also I mentioned. Hmm, see, can you see this? JSON data loading and transformation as a part of Snowflake.
Yes, yes.
Everything will explain. Okay. See,
Good,
we
sir.
will.
Thank you.
Okay. Guys, if you have any doubts, you can ask me, or else we'll conduct another session also. Okay. I will explain you some more further details. In that, once I explain you, if you get any other doubts, I mean, if you have still any other doubts, okay, we will discuss.
Hello,
Yeah, hello.
sir. How this role will be different from Azure data engineer?
Okay. See, this is one of the interesting questions, guys. See, there will be Azure data engineering. Let me explain you. You are saying about okay. Let me erase this to get some free space. Azure data engineering. See, coming to this Azure data engineering, see, you need to have some skills. What is that? You need some skills. What is that? You have to good at SQL. Okay, let me write here. SQL. Okay, and Python. Okay, Python. On these two combination, if you know the basic SQL and the Python, then you will understand this Databricks. Okay, Azure Databricks. You need to understand Azure Databricks. Okay, then there will be like Azure Data Factory. Azure Data Factory. And the Azure Synapse services you should know. Azure Synapse. Okay, Azure Synapse service, and there is a small concept. Data lake is nothing but okay, data lake or data something. Okay, see, some projects to handle this big data, okay, some projects to handle the big data, they may use Azure Databricks, and to make the pipelines, they will use the as an ETL tool Azure Data Factory. And see, here I'm saying about the Azure Synapses, right? Azure Synapse is nothing but Snowflake. I mean, Snowflake, okay, Azure Data Synapse means it is a data warehousing service. Both are data warehouses only. Okay. Okay, see, it is some projects they are using Azure Synapses instead of using Snowflake. Some projects may use a Snowflake. That is depending, guys. But what is a simple thing is, If you go to Snowflake side, right? Snowflake with the DBT something side, right? It is also a data engineering. All are the, see this Azure and Azure data engineering and this is Snowflake. Everything we are talking about data only, but this is they are using different technologies to handle the big volume of data, and this is different. Another, I mean, if I ask you, you may have options, right? If you want some vehicle, you may go with some uh, any okay, Hyundai also you can go, Tata also you can go. As per their requirement, their budgets, they will go. Okay, but opportunities are more, guys. See, there is Azure also, there is a good opportunities and Snowflake. But one simple thing is you no need to have a very knowledge on the Python. If you want to understand the Snowflake, right? If you have a SQL, that's enough. If you know the SQL, that's enough. You will understand easily Snowflake, and also you will understand if you DBT also, it will be easy. But if you want to learn this Azure Databricks, you should have a combination of a SQL and a Python. On these two, you may understand the Databricks. Some complexity will be very easy in Snow in this. Did you understood? Is that your what are you expecting?
Yes.
See, it is a little. You have a exposure on the SQL, Python. If you
So,
have, then you'll understand the
hello.
Databricks code. Huh.
So we can say that Azure data engineer will be a little bit more vast than Snowflake DBT.
See,
Or
vast means see, vast means here you may have see here you have a 10 concepts. Here you have a 5 concept. I mean, little vast. If you want to understand, it is some little vast compared to this one. I mean, up to be frankly, it is same thing, but it is some simple. It is little bit simple, not much complex.
But Snowflake also like used for big data as well, right?
Yes, here also we use the big data only. We use a huge
Yeah.
volume of data. That is a added advantage, mainly advantage.
And it is also come under data engineering part, not like
Yes,
data
data
analyst
engineering
something.
part.
Yeah.
See, I want to tell you one thing. I'm not only the complete faculty. I'm also working in top MNC company from years onwards. Okay, I'm working in this Snowflake from the last I mean, 5 years. It is a very user. Here also we are using, my role is, in my company, my role is as a senior data engineer, specialist. No,
Mm.
you will get the same role.
Actually, yeah, I'm also like in same role only. Like earlier, I worked with like as a Azure data engineer,
Okay,
having 6 year experience. But now, like my project, we are switching to Snowflake.
exactly.
That's why we are speaking.
See,
So I think the advantage of Snowflake, like we are not dependent on the Azure and only like we can get the data from multiple source, AWS and
okay.
Azure or GCP like that. So that is the benefit.
Hmm. Very, this is what advantage, guys. Most of the projects, see, if you know the most of the projects, all the projects, I mean, in my career, whatever the projects I have done, most of the projects
अगोदर जे
are
करायला लागले सर
migration projects, migration. See, you have a
पण नाही
data,
ते आता कट टू कट आलंय ना मागच्या वेळी जरा त्या
excuse me,
हिटरमुळं
excuse me, um, or something. Okay.
हम्म.
See, most of the projects are migrating from data is available in different sources. That data got migrated into Snowflake. See, Snowflake is, when I explain you about the Snowflake, guys, there are so many advantages is available in the Snowflake. If I explain the advantages, then you will understand why the people are migrating from the other data instead of using other technologies to Snowflake. Snowflake is a very cost effective and highly cost effective. If I tell you, once I start the Snowflake, right, you will understand in 1 or 2 sessions. So all peoples are migrating. Most of the projects are migrating from different platforms to Snowflake. That migration projects most of the people are doing. Okay. Any other says? Any other doubts? I think. Okay. Fine. If you have any doubts, you can contact the management, and also we are going to conduct the another session also, and we will continue from the Monday. I will talk with the management. If you have still any doubts, you can connect me tomorrow also. I will explain you some more things, and then we can continue from the Monday, guys. Okay. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thanks for joining. If you have any doubts, you can ask, or else we'll leave for the day.
Yeah, thanks for the nice session, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you so much,
Professor.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you have any doubts, connect in next session. I will explain you some more, whatever you will get. Okay. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay. Bye, everyone.